You're my world. I had to pick up that noise. Anyway. Ba. Ba, 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 ba. 3, 2, 1. Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Hanging with Janky. Here we are back again, and we have news to discuss and things. Ooh, 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 ooh. Rock it out, rock it out, rock up, rock down, rock around, rock around. What? Rock around. What? Rock up, rock. Let's get talking. So, first up on the news docket for this week, World of Warcraft. Battle for Azeroth pre-purchases are now available for all of you World of Warcraft and Blizzard fans out there. Of course, this news is incredibly exciting for fans of the popular MMORPG, but for those of you who don't play World of Warcraft, I literally can't help you. Trying to explain the story at this point is insane. The only thing I can boil Battle of Azeroth down to is you have two factions in the world of Azeroth. You have the Horde, you have the Alliance. They frequently engage in conflict with each other unless they have to team up against some bigger, badder threat. But they're back to fighting now, hardcore in this expansion. And if you pre-order the expansion, you can check out some of the I'm going to call it prologue content, because it kind of leads up into the actual expansion itself. But you get introduced to some new races, you figure out like what exactly it is that's bringing the two factions into conflict with each other again, because they just teamed up to defeat this really big baddie that was trying to destroy Azeroth. And it's cool. And I like how excited people get over it, and I've seen a whole bunch of streamers do a whole bunch of content about like all this new stuff, and it gets me hyped to see how hyped people get over this kind of stuff, because I absolutely love it when a game just like grabs me and pulls me in, and I feel really, really into it, and it's exciting to see that sort of reaction in other people too. So if you happen to be a fan of Blizzard and World of Warcraft, and you're thinking about getting Battle of Azeroth, you can pre-purchase it right now and see some of the content beforehand, which is cool. Also on the news docket for today, Microsoft has acquired a live streaming game service known as PlayFab. So I've talked about some similar stories in the past on Hanging with Janky, talking about live streaming game services, but basically it boils down to this. You have a company who has licensed a whole bunch of video games, and rather than purchasing them yourself, you pay this company to more or less live stream them to your computer. Or PlayStation, as the case may be, or Xbox, because I'm pretty sure Microsoft already has an Xbox service, and I'm pretty sure Sony has one for PlayStation. But the main point is, you do not actually own the game, and it is not on your system. The software is not on your system, it's just being sent to your computer. There are some issues with it, obviously, particularly with latency on control inputs, especially if you're like in a combat situation, and it's like a frame-perfect combat situation, and you need to be able to react quickly, and it's really hard to do that whenever your inputs have to be pinged to a server somewhere. But anyway, that's not actually the story. The actual story is this. So Microsoft has recently purchased one of these live stream gaming services known as PlayFab. Now, I did look up PlayFab. I'd never heard of them up to this point. I don't know that they're like super popular or anything, but I think it just kind of plays into what Microsoft is doing right now, which is focusing a lot more on gaming, particularly streaming gaming and like content gaming and all that stuff, because of course recently they rebranded whatever the hell it was called before as Mixer. God, why can I not remember what Mixer used to be? I wrote an article about it once. I wrote an article about Mixer and what it used to be called. Whatever, it's beside the point. Yeah, no, Microsoft is just going like really hard into games right now, which is cool, because I think that Microsoft does support a lot of really cool independent studios. A lot of my favorite independent games have been games that have had Microsoft Studios attached to them. So, I mean, it's cool, and I'm totally up for it whenever they back gaming stuff, but I'm just interested to see what they'll do with this live service and how they'll kind of tie it into all the gaming stuff they're already doing. Like, maybe they'll somehow give you a deal if you stream on Mixer to also get live stream games. Although, God, that would kill your computer to try to stream the game and stream yourself streaming the game. That sounds super questionable. Anyway, we'll see what comes of it in the future. And yeah, it's just interesting, that's all. And of course, because it is February, I have a list of new February game releases. Now, I will say that this is not by any means a complete list because I just kind of picked and chose the ones that looked really good. Also, I don't know necessarily what all of these I have on my list are about, but they sounded super cool, so let's just get started and we'll roll with it. Anyway, here we go. So first up on the list, we have the remake of Shadow of the Colossus for the PlayStation 4. Shadow of the Colossus is from the same people who made The Last Guardian. They actually made this one before, and they've just remade it. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it because Jacksepticeye absolutely loves this game, and I understand why. It is beautiful and awesome and sweet. So if you get the chance to check out the remake of Shadow of the Colossus, definitely do that. Also, we have Civ 6 Rise and Fall coming out for PC on February 8th. I assume that's probably an expansion on Civ 6, because I don't think Civ 6 actually had a title to it, but the point is, a lot of people have really enjoyed the Civilization series, and I've heard a lot of good feedback on the 6th installment, so definitely check this out if you get the chance, and you kind of like the Civilization series anyway. Also, we have a game called The 7 Deadly Sins, Knights of Britannia, coming out on the PS4 on February 9th. Again, don't know what it is. If I had to take a wild stab in the dark, I would probably say it's some sort of fighting game based on 7 Deadly Sins. I just love the anime 7 Deadly Sins. It's good, and I love it because I love like buddy comedy kind of animes, and that's exactly what it is, and it makes me smile. So yeah, definitely check that out if you get the chance. And if I figure out what it is, I'll let you know. Also on the list, we have Owlboy coming to the Switch, PS4, and Xbox One on February 13th. I absolutely love Owlboy. Owlboy is love. Owlboy is life. I have an Owlboy pin around here somewhere. I beat the game 100%, and it is so beautiful and awesome and wonderful, and definitely check that out if you get the chance. Also, we have Secret of Mana coming out on PC, PS4, and Vita. It's actually a remake of the original Secret of Mana game. It looks so nice, and I am very excited to see it and see what people do with it. I imagine I'll be able to watch someone play it, or maybe I'll play it myself, I don't know. But February 15th, looking hype. We also have Bayonetta 1 and 2 coming to the Switch on February 16th, and of course we also have Bayonetta 3 to look forward to at some point, I think this year, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But the Bayonetta games have apparently translated incredibly well to the Switch, so super awesome and very hype, and Bayonetta, ha 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 ha, awesome. Also, I am super duper excited for this one, Fee. Fee is coming out on PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One on February 16th as well. Oh my goodness, this game, I've been so excited for it. I actually got to talk to Zoink Games about it, and it's so beautiful. It just reminds me of Spyro, and it's like nature versus machines, and everything is in shades of purple, and it's so pretty. I might have to stop whatever other game I'm playing on stream and just play Fee for like a couple weeks straight because I'm hyped for it, and it's going to be awesome. And then last, but certainly not least on the list, we have Moss coming out for the PS VR system on February 27th. Moss is the game about the tiny little mouse child who you have to guide on a lovely adventure, and it's a very interesting take on VR and how to like do a platformer in VR, and I've heard a lot of really good things about it. So if you happen to have PSVR, definitely check out Moss on February 27th. And that's all I got. Those are the games that I looked at and I was like, hell yeah to that. So hopefully you guys can check those out, and maybe you'll like them too. Now, normally I would wrap up these Hanging with Janky videos by thanking new subscribers to the channel. There are none. So instead, I'm just going to send a shout out to all 340 current members of the Jank Squad. Thank you guys so much for being here and for supporting the channel and watching the content and all that good stuff. I hope that you guys are enjoying it. And of course, if you want to see more of me, you can find me over on Twitch. I am trying to work on new stuff for YouTube. I've just been on a very tight schedule lately, so hopefully eventually we will get there and I'll make some more stuff for YouTube too. But until then, you can always find me every week on Hanging with Janky and also over on Twitch streaming live games, and that's super cool too. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me, and all my love to you. And that wraps it up for this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed yet another episode of Hanging with Janky. If you did, of course, feel free to leave a like down below. Comments, positive or negative, feel free to leave those below as well. But more than anything, I hope you have a lovely day, evening, or whatever you happen to be watching. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, this is Janky Shenanigans, signing out.